Ace Podcast.
Hey, this is Aaron.
And this is Craig.
And you're listening to my favorite podcast, Don't Wake the Kids.
On the Ace Podcast Network.
Welcome back to Don't Wake the Kids. This is Randall as always. Chris is out this week because I have a special guest in the studio with me. Stan, you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Stanley.
Stanley Awesome is actually what you're in my phone as. You have been for years.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's my name.
Yeah. Every time we've ever sent you any kind of invitation to like a kid's birthday party or anything, that's what we always address it as.
That's my male name. Not like
that's like rather than your female name.
Right, yeah, no. Like my snail mail name.
Right.
Stanley Awesome. I refuse to put my last name on any official documentation.
No one needs to know that shit.
The Postal Service.
Just your mom
No,
and your
that's not
doctor.
true. That's a lie. It's just you. No, I wanted to say this is sweet. Can I move in?
You like this setup?
What's rent like in this spot?
Well, it cost me about $1,000 a month.
Oh yeah, wow. Upkeep, yeah.
Yeah.
On the breaker box,
Right. It's
an expensive breaker box.
The
You
goat.
grease that hinge.
The goat skull is a rental that adds to it.
Oh yeah, that's for
Summoning
ceremonies.
my dark spirits.
Right. Yeah, that's what I would use it for. No, this is nice.
Yeah. No, I'm very proud of the studio.
It's
I've
comfy, cozy.
spent a lot of hours on it. You like my cushioned floor?
I do. That was kind of strange at first. It kind of caught me off guard. So it's like walking in the sand.
It kind of. It's like it's a
But it's
stiff
covered,
mattress basically.
But it's covered with like a light towel.
It's pretty much so you can see back in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what it actually is. It's a packing material. It's like it's 2 inches
it's like
of soft foam.
I see. That's cool.
And I haven't actually bought a carpet for it yet, so I've got a bunch of like kitchen mats duct taped together so that they don't slip around.
That's thrifty.
Right. So Stan is here to talk about all kinds of whatever the fuck we feel like talking about, but mostly to let you guys know that you need to listen to his band that Jimmy and I talked about. I'm not going to say last week, but last episode. I think his and one of us, I want to say Jimmy said it and then I concurred, and then it was quoted on the Metal Loud podcast that Holy Smokes is slammin'. Yeah.
I'll take that.
I sent you that link. Did you ever listen to the Metal Loud episode?
Dude, there's been a lot going on.
There has been a lot going on.
So, I haven't really delved into it just
Put
yet.
that on your listen list.
It's
on
worth my list. I'll do it tonight, actually. I will. After I'm done with this, I'm going to double up on some podcasts, bro.
Nice. He's actually...
Bro? Ready to do some podcasts, bro?
I hope you are. I
drank my protein.
Oh, yeah? Oh, man. For the last 2 weeks, I haven't been able... Well, I guess it's last week I wasn't able to record.
Yeah.
Because my
How
wife
does that
was
make you feel?
My wife was in Vegas. It made me really sad.
Yeah.
Because today, actually, I was supposed to drop an episode, and it didn't happen. So this is going to be 3 weeks late.
Wow.
It's a fucking bummer.
Get it together, dude.
I know.
You're really slacking.
My wife really needs to stop leaving me alone with 3 kids while she goes off and parties in Vegas.
I'm not going to comment on that, dude.
It's probably best.
I bet she deserves that shit.
Yeah, she did. She had a blast.
That's good.
But, well, I had a blast, too. I hung out with my kids for a week.
You hung out with me, dude.
I did hang out. Yeah, you came over. I grilled some shitty burgers.
Yeah.
Stan's a vegetarian, and he didn't tell me this before I gave him a nice, thick slab of beef on buns. And he ate it.
Yep.
And then told me when I asked him if he wanted another one that he doesn't eat meat and he hopes he doesn't get super sick.
That's not quite how that happened.
That's pretty much what happened.
No, like you kind of just overheard it.
Oh, you weren't.
I was talking to Kyler. So I was like, I said, so what happened was, I showed up and I just assumed that he knew, and because we've known each other for so long.
I had no idea.
I know. That's my fault. I didn't.
I've never eaten with you before.
I didn't want to be that vegetarian guy that's like, I'm just going to have chips. And you were like, oh, I made 2 for you. And I was like, oh, my God. I got to at least eat 1. And I was like, oh, man, I got to take 1 for the team. I don't want to be rude.
And he didn't have to, because my wife's a vegetarian, so
yeah,
I
that
have
was news to me.
veggie patties in the freezer.
Yeah, whenever you told me that, I would laugh so. But luckily, I didn't have any adverse side effects.
That's good. That makes me feel a little better.
I was surprised because I've accidentally eaten meat previously in the past, unknowingly thinking it was something else, and it made me sick. Fuck. Oh man, I was so sick and I felt so grody, but for some reason I felt pretty fine after that.
That's good.
Aside from I don't know, maybe some indigestion.
Yeah.
It's kind of salty. I think it's not salty for people who still eat burgers.
Yeah.
But for me that was like salt lick, but it tasted okay, I suppose.
So are you a vegetarian? Like, what's your reason for being a vegetarian?
So I watched that dude. So this is all right. So whenever
did Netflix make you a vegetarian?
No, I think was it NBC?
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. It was no, what it was what sparked it this time. I've been a vegetarian before. Whenever I was a teenager for 4 years, I
did it for 6 months when I was in high school, just to prove that I could.
Yeah. No, I got real into Buddhism.
Okay.
Whenever I was 15 and 16, and then just for some reason I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like,
that was right before we
I'm not
met.
gonna hurt anybody. I was just being cool, trying to be as chill as possible. And but so I did that for a while, and then just naturally over time, I guess at some point I just rolled over. It's kind of hard in the South.
Yeah.
Especially as a kid,
Since everything's fried in the same grease.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Yeah. But no, so this time around, I was watching, there was a TV show which they canceled, and I will never forgive Netflix for not picking up Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had the best opportunity to pick up Hannibal. It was so good, and they didn't let it. Oh, and it didn't finish. Oh, it was really tragic. And
I never saw an episode, but I saw the outrage afterwards.
Right? Yeah, it was bullshit, dude. So, so Hannibal. I was watching the show, and the show is shot really well. And so, but the scenes, he's a very eclectic, and he's like a genius, per se. Hannibal is. Right. And so his character, when he prepares these meals, he's very fancy, and he's chopping up this meat and preparing it. And there are these cooking scenes where he's preparing this food, and these scenes are beautiful. And I watched them. I was like, man, that looks delicious.
But you couldn't just stop at not eating humans?
But it was people, right? But so in my head, I didn't find the disconnect, the difference. I was like, oh, what's the difference? I just I was like, oh, it's still a living, breathing thing with a mind and a body. And
so Hannibal creeped you out.
Hannibal creeped me out, and I was like, no, man, I think I'm good. It's I'm just gonna eat some vegetables, and then the next thing is oh, okay, well then where are vegetables on the line of consciousness? Gets
none.
Real.
None.
It gets
There's
real.
None. Let's just stop there.
Real crazy. Yeah, I sparked some outrage online with that one. That was funny.
That's hilarious.
Plants have minds, dude.
My wife, she's a I guess a pescatarian. She eats fish.
That's cool.
Her reasoning,
that's
though,
the thing is, I don't care what people's diet is.
she's been doing it I think she was 16 when she started because she got really sick and they couldn't figure out what it was. They could tell it was some kind of allergy.
Right.
And they found out that it was preservatives that they use in meats. So aside from the fact that she hasn't eaten meat in a long time, that would probably make her sick. If I was to go,
so it's whatever they treat.
If I was to raise a chicken and kill it and cook it for her, she'd be fine.
Okay. Well,
aside from the fact
bullshit that they pump it. Well, yeah, but then you got to try to find. I guess you can find chickens.
Yeah,
chickens are pretty easy to find.
Chickens are out there.
Chickens are out there. They're out there, man. Boo!
I don't have a button for that.
Oh, you should just record my voice and use that.
Maybe I need a button for that.
Do you have a button that records one?
No, no, but I'd have to record it, convert it. It records the MP3, convert it to WAV, and then add it to the player. It's a process. But
you need to streamline your process.
I know. I need to really learn how to use this software. It's pretty
Step
complex.
1. Learn how to use software.
I just don't I don't feel like spending that much time on YouTube.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've got a YouTube master's degree.
Nice.
In
how many credit hours did that take you?
Paid or?
Well, you don't get paid to go to college. So.
No, that's true. It's actually the reverse of that.
Exactly. Well, like, unless you're like me and went into the military and you have your GI Bill where they pay for the school and then pay you at the same time that you're going to school.
I don't even know where I was going with that, to be honest.
YouTube, you have a master's?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I have a master's. So we just did a hard cut. Nobody knows that. But I just did this really long pause.
Fuck that. I'm leaving it in.
Are you leaving it in? Oh, great. Cool. So that works out. No, I have a master's degree in YouTube in at-home recording.
Nice.
Maybe not a master's. Maybe like a light junior year.
Okay.
I get by.
Not even quite the bachelor's.
Not even quite a bachelor's. Oh, so the other day, this was something I was thinking when I was driving the other day. I'm entirely too sensitive because I find weird little quirks in inanimate objects sometimes. Like I was driving down the road and I saw the guardrail on the side of the like that guards the bridge or whatever, so you don't careen off and smash up on concrete and stuff and
fall into the
and
water.
I was like, well, who guards the guard? Like, and I was like, well, I understand it's its job, but I mean, shit, it's noble, but nobody's got the guards back. And what's in and then it got me thinking, like, well, if who guards the guard, what's in the middle of the middle? And I was like, what does that even mean?
Now bring that around and tell me how that makes you sensitive.
How does that make me sensitive?
Yeah, you said you're really sensitive.
Well, because I felt bad for it.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. All right, that makes sense, I guess.
Like,
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. I have my moments, but no, I just felt like nobody's looking out for the guardrail. Who's looking out for the guardrail? They just like
every driver.
They get smacked up and they're all like twisted up in the air, and they stay like that for days.
Every driver when there's an alert
to the guardrail
when
community.
They are every driver when they are alert and there's not an accident is looking out for that guardrail, right?
Yeah. Everybody's trying not to hit it.
They're looking out for it. Maybe
a
little self-serving.
No,
but
it's a lot self-serving. Nobody's like, oh, I really should give that guardrail just like the softest little.
This is the point where everyone turns off the podcast.
Yeah, they're like, this is bullshit. Fat enough.
So I want
guardrail talk.
I want to tell the story of the first time. Well, I mean, I'm sure we met before this. I know we did, but my first memory of meeting you.
Oh no.
It was. Do you remember you were playing? I think you were playing bass for the remembrance.
No, I do know this. No, we met.
I know we
previous
did
to this.
because I went to a lot of rosary shows.
Yeah, you knew me
And I
way
hung
prior
out.
to
I hung
this.
out with the Ocean Liner guys a lot.
Now, see, I didn't know them that well. I mean, I knew who they were. We played like my very first show with the Rosary was with Ocean Liner.
I might have been there.
And this band called the Transit War.
I don't remember them.
They were from California. I can't remember where. Maybe Sacramento. I think that's where they were from. But
anyways,
they were really good. And then Sergeant Slaughter played that night. Yeah. I don't know how I remember who was on bills of shows.
Yeah, I don't
like
remember
that.
the
And
literally
it was at the RE was it the Rec Center or the RE? It's somewhere.
Yeah.
Max set it up, and it was like in some spot in Barling or some shit.
Before the
there was like a
Heshers days.
basketball goal that they like had to move out of the way or something like that. But that room was
Those
filled
were the
up.
good days.
Those were some days.
But yeah, you were playing bass.
I don't know. The good days. Those were some days.
There were many.
There were some good days in there.
I put on a little outdoor show at my house. It was in a field behind my house. We had a big outdoor stage.
Oh, see, and this is even funnier.
This is one of my favorite stories ever. But the Remembrance, I guess you say, headlined it. If you could say that for a small local show where there's like more parents than kids, but
no, they headlined the show.
Yeah.
It's a show. They headlined it.
So
we headlined it.
Y'all played, and it was a blast. But then I remember the singer at the end. He was like, "I just want to let everyone know that we're here for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ." And you jumped up to the mic and said, "And I'm here for the ladies." Was that your last show with that Christian band?
I think so. No, those were no, the silence that befell on that crowd. I was like, oh, and I was like, and that was a joke. And
I don't
still
remember.
Nobody laughed. I was like, oh, come on.
I think the other band that played was Nightlights for Superheroes.
Oh, wow.
I think they played first, and then it was us, and then you guys. There might have been another band. I don't remember exactly, but I know for a fact.
That's a band name I haven't heard in a long time.
Right? And rightfully so.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't even name my band's name because it was easily forgettable.
You had a band?
Yeah. We played that show with you. I set that show up.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me. Was it Colorblind?
No.
Crossfade?
No.
No.
It had numbers in it.
I was like, oh shit. Oh no, it's so far away. Gosh, that's so far away in my mind.
That was 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Oh, I know. Once you say it, because it's like PI 56 or something.
No,
like that.
not even close. 712 Division.
That's right. Oh, that you were in. See, I don't remember.
I looked a lot
The funny
different
thing
then.
about that story is I didn't know that was your. I didn't know that was your gig, and I don't remember. I don't think we saw you play, or I don't remember seeing you play. And if I
barely remember playing, so
I remember that show specifically because of that moment.
There's like cows around us.
I remember how quiet that ride back in the van was. And I was like, nobody laughed at my joke. And they're like, yeah.
Wrong
They
place,
were not-
wrong time.
Yeah.
But yeah, my
Some of the
band was
master
the
of
only
that.
non-Christian band playing.
Yeah. Well, I was a fill-in.
Yeah.
But at that point, I had been in the band for like,
You were there for a while because
A
I
year
saw
and a
you play with
half.
them several times.
yeah, it was like a year and a half, something like that. I think at that point I was no longer a fill-in. But then after that moment, I reverted. I was demoted back. And
They
and then
actively started looking for their full-time bassist.
Yes, correct. Yes, they're like, yeah, we really need to step it up. This guy's done really well. He's done his job, but I think it's time we move on. Yeah, no, it's funny.
That is great. But so let's talk about Holy Smokes a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna start out with throwing in my little bit of Holy Smokes history. I played a piece in the beginning of Holy Smokes, and you probably don't even know about it. And you are Holy Smokes.
Well,
So,
now I'm intrigued.
Do you remember? Obviously, you'll remember this. The little acoustic thing you guys videoed. Alex was using my acoustic bass in that. My black Fender 4-string with the co-hidden Cambria cymbal.
Yeah, we thanked you a lot about that.
Aside from the one time I've seen you live, that's the only connection I have with the band.
Well, yeah, no, but yeah, that was
a long time ago.
When he played it nice and out of tune. I was super out of tune. I didn't know how to sing those songs. Like you listen to them and they're all right.
It was good. Now it's great.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we was just trying to figure out whatever that was coming out.
Yeah,
like we knew we were somewhere.
It was. We
were getting there. Yeah, we were finding it. Yeah, no, there's some cool stuff in there.
Some of those songs were great.
No, the songs are great. The execution, that got better over the years. But then, like, really capturing those songs, we were not very good at it until just recently.
Right. Where did you record?
Until my YouTube mastering.
So did you record and master everything yourself?
I recorded everything. And we worked with Nathan Cluse, who mixed and mastered, and Sean Duddy of Woes UK. Check him out there if you're into like happy-go-lucky pop punk shit.
Nice.
Super cool dude.
Yeah, no, the record sounds great.
Really, really nice people. And Nathan's just like the easiest, sweetest person in the world to work with, and his wife is amazing too, and she's a real blast. And yeah, no, they're super cool people. But no, I just like a lot of it was, just trying to figure stuff out. I did some like light mixing, more so leveling and panning, and I'm like, I kind of wanted this to kind of sound like a rough draft. It's like, this is basically it. Like, it's all there. Yeah. It's all ready. It's all recorded. Now, just like,
make it beautiful.
Make it not sound like a mud pie,
It did a good job. It sounds great. It's
funny because you listen to it and I was like, man, it sounds amazing. I was like, well, it's really, not a whole lot was that much changed really, but it just like, he's got a really good ear. He knew how to he brought out like things that we wanted to bring out, and was able to bring back the things that we wanted to bring back. And he was patient with us whenever my amp blew out halfway through recording the album. And because I do 2 guitar parts.
Yeah.
And
there's
a
lot going on for 3 guys.
Yeah. But
watching you do that live though, it's amazing. And I was telling Michael, Michael's the drummer of Holy Smokes, listening to the record, I can hear the time changes, and I'm like, man, this is so cool. But then watching the high school kids next to me when you're playing it live, and they're banging their heads along, and then it changes,
switch it up on them.
Like the confusion on their face made the night for me.
Yeah, it's jarring for people sometimes. And I should probably try to do a little better job of like giving some people some time to actually like enjoy a part.
It's like
they're like, oh, okay, before he does something different. But it's like
I feel like it really adds to the feeling of the song when you get comfortable, and then it immediately takes you out and makes you uncomfortable, and you have to work to get back to it. I don't know. I think it just enhances the experience. We don't
necessarily do that all the time.
No. There's just a couple songs that it really
will like jerk you around a little bit.
Yeah,
I like that. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's not anything that I really like do intentionally either. It just like kind of happens that way. It's weird. It's like I'll find it, and then it just like wherever it comes from, and and then it happens. But it's strange. Everything is unintentional but intentional at the same time. It's like going forwards and backwards at the same time. So it's hard to explain. It's weird. I don't know exactly how it works. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you know to some degree because like whenever you get into the mode in here,
Oh yeah.
and then it just
Yeah,
like kind
and
of
there's
spills out.
Some days, like, well, even today, we came in here knowing that we want to talk about Holy Smokes and Framework
Right.
and your upcoming tours and stuff, or what shows you got going on,
Mhm.
and there was no B.
Right.
and we've already been going at it for 20 minutes talking about random shit, and it was good conversation, and that's how it happens sometimes. I don't know what to expect. Just come in and
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah, and but like it's like it's I don't know. It's one of those like extended or like higher levels of thinking or a consciousness of sorts, because you kind of shed away
It's like you're
just focused on
yeah.
this one thing,
And you don't force anything to happen. It just, what happens is natural. and
happens, and it
sometimes
happens.
it's fucking great, like Framework.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's weird because like if you listen to it, it's like oh man, this guy's got some problems.
But my God, can he sing those problems
Those
well?
problems, they get some well.
Like, I mean, I loved the record when I heard it. I
Thank
listened to it on repeat. And then, I don't know, live, as it usually is, was just so much better even.
Well, I mean, really, like, it's just all the same shit we do live. Like, we basically, our live set is essentially the album, except the album has a little, like a little.
Well, I think
a
the
little
biggest
flair.
surprise for me that made it so great for me is I didn't expect your voice to be so on.
No,
Like,
thank you.
it sounded like the record. Like, your voice wasn't. I imagine, because the way you sing, I don't know how the fuck you do it, but I just knew in my mind that, like, before you started, I was thinking his voice has got to crack at least once.
Oh.
He's gonna do something that's a little off, and I didn't hear a single blemish in it.
Oh, it was. You can thank the sound engineer for that, because I got the recordings. Man, I'm glad we're loud. No. I mean, I work on my voice. I work really hard. I mean, I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
That I'm not like, I don't know. I'm so bad at.
I know. I can tell
compliments.
the look on your face. You're just like,
Like,
I just don't know what to say here.
Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's cool though. I'm glad that people enjoy it. I'm not like discounting the fact that I have some like vocal skill. Like that would be stupid for me to say that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Some people may
I would
disagree.
call you a liar.
Yes, right. It's like, okay, super modest macho bullshit.
Your
But,
fake modesty pisses me off.
right, exactly. Yeah, but no, it's like, I don't know. I'm just accepting a compliment like that, since it's something so personal to me.
Yeah.
I think that's why it is. So whenever people
Well,
compliment me,
it's always
like,
awkward.
It's like complimenting my soul.
Anyone that's not a little bit of a psychopath is gonna get comfortable or uncomfortable in that type of situation. So I get it. But so there's gonna be a lot of people listening.
I've gotten better about it. Like,
Yeah.
but it's cool though. Like, people want to take pictures and stuff now, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's sick.
Sweet. You want to take a picture? Like, with me? For what? For that?
There's going to be a lot of people listening to
Yeah,
this
sure. Let's take a picture.
that have never heard you guys. How would you describe
Oh man,
the sound? Because
the sound.
it's
Okay, so it's like it's all over the place.
it is. It's very original. That's why I want to hear what you would describe it as. Okay,
been
let's
trying to figure
simplify it a little bit. If you could place it into
If I tried to genreify it,
between two genres, because I don't think you can really comfortably put it into one.
no, you can't even really put it into two too well.
No, that's true.
If I was going to put us into a genre, or like if I had to split it in between, it would be between alternative and like a broad sense of the word emo.
Okay.
So it's like,
if I was to do
and
it,
that's like, and that's
it's
but
it's hard to do. It's really hard to do with your sound.
we like to call it bummer punk.
Okay.
So it's like,
I like that.
it's like,
I would put it if there was a gun to my head and I had to do it, I would say it's somewhere between pop punk and like a post hardcore like just
Well, see,
leaning
there's, like,
leaning more towards the pop punk
there's
side.
stuff in there that's pop punk ish, but I've never considered us a pop punk band. Like,
yeah, and that's why I'm saying it's
if
between.
you
I
put
couldn't
us
call you straight up pop punk.
Well, exactly, but you couldn't straight up call us a post hardcore band.
No,
either.
that's why it's somewhere in the
it's
middle.
Weird. It's like it does like. There's like twinkly stuff,
and
then there's
if
like
you
hardcore
want,
sounding stuff.
If you want, for everybody listening,
like Weezer-y kind of sounding stuff, like it's all
to
over the
clear
place.
this up, at the end of this episode, I can play a song.
Yeah.
What song do you want them to hear? Recompenses, I think, is my favorite on the record.
That's a real heavy one. Yeah.
That intro, oh man, it gets me
That
hyped.
song's about my grandpa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a heavy song for me. It took me a really long time. I'm so glad I had a long time to like not play that in front of people.
Yeah.
Before that song came out of nowhere. And I actually ripped it off from an old song I wrote 13 years ago, about around the time.
You can't really rip off your own song.
No.
You repurposed your old song.
I repurposed it. Yeah, I changed it quite extensively, and it was just this rhythm. It was a pattern that it used to be like an old Calamity Jane.
Okay.
But we were like
screamo.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was a mess. This is what it was. It was a calamity. It was like Voldemort. You're just like, oh, we shouldn't talk about that. We don't talk about that anymore. We don't talk about Albuquerque. But do you know that reference?
No.
We don't talk about Kirky. Oh, it's a really bad movie. Okay.
All right.
Never mind. I won't get to it.
I'll Google it later.
What the fuck were we talking about? I'm sorry. I ramble. Oh,
Recompense.
Right. Yeah. No. It was and I'm pretty sure we were trying to. That was like our bad take on like a Handshake Murders song, because we like slowed it down and then slowed it down and then slowed it. Oh, it was so stupid. It was like until it was like. Oh, so bad. But it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
do you remember?
I ripped it off.
Sorry, you mentioning Calamity Jane, and it made me think. Do you remember Mexico?
Dude. Do I remember Mexico? I will never forget that band.
I still listen to them at least once a week. Yeah, do you want it?
Yes.
So,
I've been looking for that forever.
You can't find it anywhere.
I know.
No
shit. I've been looking for it. You have that?
I've got it.
Oh, dude.
That
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I actually.
Dude, I'm so stoked to listen to that.
I hope one of those guys. I don't know who was in the band.
I have no idea either.
Hopefully they don't
hear
this.
They were from Texas, weren't they?
I have no idea.
I think they were from Oklahoma or Texas.
Couldn't tell you, but
I don't remember.
I actually used the part of one of their songs back in the early days before Corey let me use Normagene as intro. I would just choose unknown bands and put their music on here because I'm not making any money or anything.
Right.
So I wasn't worried about getting in trouble and whatnot. Right. So I actually took a piece of one of their songs. I don't remember which episode it is or even what song, but yeah, no, I listen to them all the time. But I found it, that Forgotten Local Bands group on Facebook.
Oh, it was in there.
No. I made a post asking if anybody remembered them, and this guy messaged me. He's like, yeah, I've got it. And he sent it over to me.
Oh, I saw that post. I think I commented on it.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it.
I love that band. I remember. Okay, so the reason why I'll never forget that band, because I'd never seen energy in a room like that for.
It was insane.
I was down. I was like, whoa! It's the first song, and they've already trashed the drums. And I was like, what? What was that? Like, holy hell, that was amazing. Like, just this raw, pure energy, just like twisting and turning and fucking grinding. Dude, it was so badass. It was like, I feel like that Slayer guy. Have you seen that video where the guy's like, he's like, can you describe to me how you feel about Slayer? Whenever you see another Slayer fan, he's like, when you see the shirt, and he's like, you can see him getting so amped, and he's starting to get like sweaty because he's like, man, he's just like, you can see him getting so hype, and he's like, when you see that shirt, and you know that they know that you know that they know, and he's like, and then it's like, yeah, he's like, yeah. What was I talking about before I got on the Slayer?
Mexico Live.
Mexico Live. That's right. It was just so exciting to me. It was a literally, I'd never seen energy in a room like that before in my life.
They were
and it
massive.
changed the way that I was like, I didn't even particularly care for the music whenever I heard it, like, because it was so sporadic. Like that first song, I was like, what the fuck is this? And but like watching them, I was like, dude, like, what the fuck is this? Like, whoa, like I had never heard anything like that before. And
their sound, like at that time, I guess really the closest thing you could compare it. Yeah. Well,
but like, and not a lot of people knew who the Chariot were.
No,
at that
and
time.
they were really, I would say they leaned more to the Me Without You side than the Chariot even. I mean, they were heavier than Me Without You, but they had a lot of the same type of vocal patterns.
It's been so long since I've listened to them that I really don't remember. But pretty much, do you have it on this computer?
Yeah, let's listen real quick. So we are back. We took a break to listen to some Mexico. And before we jump into this next thing you want to show me, what's your opinion now after hearing them after all these years?
It's not how I remembered it. However, it wasn't bad. And, in fact, it was good. Given the time. However, I do not feel like the recording, while it was a good recording, did not capture that
energy.
Whatever that was. Yeah. And I don't know if that could be replicated in a recording unless like Steve Albini did it or something like that. But like otherwise, I mean, or I'm sure there's somebody who could capture it. But
yeah, I still listen to that all the time.
It was so great.
I would say at least once every 5 or 6 times in the car.
Something about seeing them flip over each other and like it was just like watching animals fight, but like they were creating music at the same time. It was really cool. But then you look at our music video, and I've got like I didn't even get a haircut before, so I've got this big nasty rat tail.
The video is fun though.
Yeah, it's fun. We just like pulled that out of our pocket.
Watching Michael is much smaller as he is than you beat you in arm wrestling is the best.
Dude, Michael is strong.
Oh, I believe that. It's just visually.
Yeah, visually, yeah. No.
I wouldn't want to fight Michael. Michael would kick my ass.
Yeah, Michael would break you.
He would.
He would. He's like, for real, like I wouldn't mess with Michael. Michael would box your fucking eyes out.
Recently, within the last 2 weeks, I guess it was 2 weeks ago.
Michael is the drummer of Holy Smokes, by the way. Did we mention that?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier.
Okay.
I played ping pong against Michael and our friend Alex and our friend Chris and
ping pong.
Chris,
he has like
my co-host.
Sheath.
Yeah.
His paddle
I
sheath.
played 10 games.
Yeah.
None of them could touch me. I
Really?
stomped them all night.
Did you stomp Michael too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, then I wouldn't stand.
I think he was a little mad. I felt bad because especially with Alex because we were there for his birthday. So I felt like maybe I should give him one, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I hadn't played in so long, but I was on.
Oh, you're full of shit. I was gonna give him one. But normally, I spared him. I spared him the embarrassment and beat him once again.
Normally, I don't play with Michael enough because he is really good.
Yeah, he hasn't. I guarantee you, he hasn't played in a really long time.
None of us had. And Alex, normally when I play with him, it's back and forth. It's like every other game we beat each other. But for some reason that night, I was killing it.
Sometimes you're on, man.
That was my Japanese training really kicked in that night, I guess.
Your Japanese training?
Yeah, I lived in Japan for 3 years, and I called him my Mr. Miyagi of ping pong. Oh, is a Japanese guy.
Oh, cool. You had him in.
It was when I guess I'd been there for a couple months, and they had a tournament on the base. So I signed.
For some reason, the way you said that, I heard that you're like tournament on the bass. The way that all rolled out of your mouth, I was like, it sounded. I don't know what that was.
You should put that in a Holy Smoke song.
I'm going to.
Credit me. Actually, credit the podcast. I don't care about me, but the podcast cares.
Yeah, we're gonna put an ad right in the middle of a song. It's like how Spotify does it.
Right. It just cuts right in the middle of the fucking song. Brush your teeth with.
Would you like to watch a 30-second ad? So
What was I saying? Oh yeah, but I was there for a couple
rip
months,
off all
and
the artists.
there was a tournament
platform?
on the bass with. Saying it that way just totally threw my mind off, confused me. But I assumed I was going to be playing with a bunch of other Air Force guys, a lot of Americans.
Yeah.
I get in there, there's like 60 Japanese guys and me. I was like, oh, fuck this. But I paid the fee, so I was going to play and just see how I did. I ended up getting second place.
Oh, nice.
And the guy that beat me, he just like took me under his wing and he fucking beat me. Like I didn't.
He took you under his wing and then he just
skunked me. No, he beat me before he took me under his wing.
Oh, okay. Well, you left that part out.
Yeah. I guess I told it I told it out of order. So, okay. Anyways, so every Thursday for the 3 years, a little under 3 years that I was there, I went and played with him.
I'm terrible at ping pong.
I
can play.
Pretty good.
I can play. But there's other games I'm better at. I'm just so strong.
Better at lifting heavy things.
I just
and
like maybe if it was
I like
done
to punch
with, like,
dudes.
Yeah. Maybe if it was done with something heavier, like a 20-pound rock, then maybe. But this thing, you can crush it with your
It's
thumb.
such a bitch sport.
It's a bitch sport.
There's no risk.
No, I don't know, man. These things pop you in the eye.
Oh man, so we used
Lights out.
We used to play. We called it extreme pong.
Extreme pong.
It's where you set the other person up. So you kind of hit the ball to one person, and as soon as you set it up, you take a step back and hold the paddle in front of your face, and they have to whack it as hard as they can and try to hit you. If they hit you, that's a point. I played that all the time with friends back in the day, and then when I was in Japan, my roommate, I told him about it, and he wanted to play. So we set up the table, and it wasn't a ping pong table. It was just a kitchen table.
Right.
And we decided to go shirtless.
Oh, naturally.
And we played 4 or 5 times before he decided he didn't want any more of it.
Before we took our pants off. That was like... We had
was
already decided beforehand the shirts were going to go. But we just had to warm up a few games before we really got full on nude.
If he hadn't given up, I'm
Just
sure it would have got there.
Guys. But I paid the fee, so I would.
Have you ever seen?
Sorry, this is giving you a hard time.
Have you ever seen a black man after playing paintball? Because that's what he looked like.
Who?
My roommate that I played extreme pong with.
Oh, I can't speak on that.
It looked like he had just got done getting shot with a bunch of paintballs in his chest. It was a lot of fun. There's just something satisfying about beating your friend with little balls.
Hi, Mom. Why a black man though?
Because he was. I mean, I couldn't change that about him. What do you want from me?
Oh, he was a black man.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought okay.
You just thought I was throwing that out.
I thought you were just throwing that out there, and I was like, "Yeah, man."
That's why you got so awkward all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
I was just like, "What the?
I wasn't
fuck
sure
was that, dude? Like, shit."
Stan just got mad thinking I'm racist. I'm like,
No,
I
I just got like really off put. I was like, maybe I don't know Randall as well as I thought I did.
No,
It's different, man. It's wild times out there, and I don't know up from
that's
down
true.
anymore. It
That's true.
seems.
No.
But-
Okay, for clarification's sake, my roommate, his name was Blacksmith. His last name was Smith, but we called him Blacksmith because in our squadron there was a lot of Smiths. He was the only black one. And yes, he was black.
Still semi-racist, but it's friendly.
He coined that.
Oh, okay.
That was his phrase, not mine.
Jeez.
No, everyone that's listened to this show knows that this is a very liberal podcast.
Okay. I was gonna say, what the hell happened, man? Don John times.
It's really, really funny how you took it that way.
Well, I was polite.
You were. You really got into your shell.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not gonna.
I think your chair actually even scooted a few inches away from me.
Did it? I don't think that was intentional. I think I just started like was just shifting around. I was like, how do I escape this conversation? How do I address this?
That's
no,
great.
I'm good.
Well, good. I'm trying to think of more Holy Smokes questions. Well, is there anything you want to talk about specifically about the band, or you got? Well, before we're done, I want you to, let everyone know where they can go see you in the near future. But we'll get there. Anything before that?
See, we put out a music video in October that we just talked about.
You got your NPR voice on now.
I've got my NPR voice on at DWTK Ace Podcast Network.
You took that from like nighttime smooth
To
jazz radio
to Ira Glass.
and then you just got so high.
I know, what is it? Today on This American Life, I have with me Randall Pierce. He is a commentator and a writer and a creative in the field and on the Ace Podcast Network. I'd like to welcome them to the program. This will be split into 3 parts. First part, don't wake the kids.
Ace Podcast.
And there you go.
Sweet, there. I just gave you a good... That was not actually... I need to are impersonations? Can you get sued for impersonations?
No, fuck that. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Whoa, dude. Careful. Lipton's going to get after you.
No way.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not a great
I don't think
one.
I've ever done my...
that's not a great...
that was it. I don't think I've ever done my Mickey on the podcast.
Oh,
but
yeah?
my
Mickey
kids-
Rooney?
No, Mickey Mouse. My kids love it, though. My throat is so...
Let's see. What do you got?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. That's good. That was much better than your Kermit. You should stick
I jumped
stick
into
to
the
Mickey.
Kermit a little too quick.
Yeah. You got to warm your voice up.
I figured out I could do the Mickey after watching the Jonas Brothers South Park episode.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen that one.
Mickey's like the bad guy in the episode. He's like,
is this a recent one?
I'm going to kick your ass, huh?
Is this a recent one?
No. It's like
okay.
from 04, 05.
Okay, yeah. I didn't pick up South Park again until I guess it was like 2013, 14, somewhere in there. Yeah. No, I love it.
I listened
it's
to
great.
the
writers are just amazing.
I watched some episodes here and there throughout high school, but I've never really been an avid South Park fan.
Well, I've always liked South Park, but I didn't grow up with cable television or anything like that. And most of my friends didn't have cable television. And most of the time, if they did, it's not like I would be there at 11 o'clock at night when it came on to be able to watch it. The only time I was able to catch it was whenever during the holidays I would go and visit my grandparents and here in Fort Smith, because I lived in Dallas at the time. And we would come and visit, and my cousin and I would go hang out upstairs. And he was allowed to watch South Park, and he was like 5 years younger than I was. And which probably shouldn't have been watching it. This is pretty graphic stuff for that early. But yeah, I mean, who am I? Who am I to say who's allowed to listen to what? I don't know. But anyways, but we would watch it, and we'd watch it with our hand on the dial back when TVs had dials, like microwaves.
Yeah.
And if somebody come out with click, 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 click. Click, click. Or I think maybe at that time, well, I guess we had a cable box at that time. So it was like the little red button at the top. And so you just hold it down, go through 6 channels. And why are you guys watching the cooking channel?
I like
This is
food.
what we're watching.
I'm hungry.
Is that what you're watching? Yeah.
We're
watching this fondue get made.
what age do you think you'd allow your kid to watch South Park?
Now? Probably 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah,
that actually,
because
that question,
they're not too far off from becoming young adults.
Yeah.
And then getting out of the house. By that time, by the time I feel like
I started drinking and partying when I was 13.
It's funny how different the lives that my kids have grown up with versus or that my teenager is grown up with versus how I was as a teenager. I was completely
we were doing things we should not have.
Wild animals.
I was 13, went to these two twin girls I went to school with. I went to their 13-year-old birthday party, and me and my friend, this older guy he was a total fucking creep, Shane Lane. I'll shout his name out because he was a fucking weirdo. But he hung out with a bunch of like young teenage guys, and he would drive us around in his Mustang and buy us liquor and stuff. So
an older guy?
Yeah, he was like in his 30s.
Oh.
He never touched us. I will say that much. And never me, anyways. I don't know about the other guys.
How old were you?
13.
Oh, okay.
So he picked us up and took us to the gas station and bought us some Mike's Hard Lemonade and Minute Maid lemonade. We dumped out the Minute Maid lemonade and we chugged a couple Mike's Hard Lemonades, and we poured the rest of it in the Minute Maid lemonade bottle and took that to the girl's birthday party.
Very
drunk.
sketch. Yes.
Like, how stupid was I? I got in trouble. I got caught.
How stupid was I? You did get caught?
Oh, yeah. So one of the parents could tell we were drunk.
Yeah,
but
because your children
yeah.
who are wobbling and falling over and smell like alcohol and are just conveniently carrying a giant jug of OJ.
It was Minute Maid
or
lemonade.
Yeah, my
at that time of my life, I was very against weed.
Yeah.
But apparently Shane had some on him, and at that time of my life, I didn't even know what it smelled like.
Right.
And they smelled it on him. So they told us, like, they kicked us out and called our parents. And, like, they told my mom that...
At 13?
Yeah. They told my mom that
How ridiculous.
I was high hanging out with this old guy that was giving us weed. And,
well, yeah, that's what you were doing.
That's not what happened.
That's not what happened. But that's basically what
different
happened.
substance. But yeah, so I got home and my dad was there. My parents had been separated since I was like 2.
Yeah, and he's like,
And-
all right,
and
we're back.
they're
Time
like,
to do some parent
sit
shit.
down. So they sit me down and they're talking to me. They're like, so what's going on? Like, they were so cool about it. They're like, what? We got this call. Like, what's happening? And I told them, I was just honest.
Yeah.
I told them that I was drunk. And they're like, well, we heard that there was weed. And I was like, that wasn't me. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
And I got grounded.
They're like, you fucking square? You didn't smoke down? Get out of my house.
I didn't drink again.
Get out of my house.
Until like the next weekend.
Yeah. Then I tried it.
No. Anyways, asking you that question, it made me remember that I wanted to bring this up.
Sure.
Don't Wake the Kids, right? It's
correct.
Over the last 2 years that I've been doing this, there's been bits and pieces of parenting stuff throughout the podcast. I'm kind of pushing towards when I'm not doing, we could call this an interview, but it's not really an interview.
Yeah.
When I don't have guests on, I'm kind of pushing towards a more of a maybe comedy parenting advice type podcast.
Oh,
Not completely. We'll still have bullshit rants and stuff that I've always had, but I want to have a big section of that. So if anybody has any questions or you want advice on something, either send me a message on Facebook. It's facebook.com/don'twakethekids, or you can send me an email to don'twakethekids@acepodcast.com. But anyways, back to this stuff. I keep looking up that painting right there.
Yeah.
It's new. I just hung it tonight.
Yeah.
Pull it down.
Pull it down.
Yeah, no, I don't pull it, but like take it off of the wall. Read the back of it into the microphone. Hold on, before you do, take a look at that. Look at that art. Describe the painting to everyone listening. I'm really proud of this. I'm not okay. I guess I shouldn't be proud of it because I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
This. Do you want me to interpret it? Oh, I feel like I should interpret it.
I think you should describe it or interpret it and then describe it.
Should I interpret it then describe it?
Yeah, tell me what. Yeah, interpret it and then describe it. That's
Okay. So if I was going to interpret it, I feel like there's I feel like there's like some misspent energy.
That's hilarious that you went there.
There's I like that there's texture and there's contrast. But it seems haphazard at best. I feel like the brushstrokes seem completely unintentional. So if I was to describe it down to a feeling, I don't get much out of it, but it does have a childlike feel to it.
Okay.
Maybe if I turned it or something. Is this how it should be oriented?
I think it can go any way you want it to.
Well, in that case, that changes everything. If I have the ability to switch it. Okay, so now we have elk. We have elk and a.
Is that a moose?
Yeah, this
in
is
the black?
It's
a little moosey to me.
Oh no! Look, it's like this big giant elk. It's got a.
Okay.
And it's being followed by a spirit.
All right, describe what it looks like.
It looks like some shitty brush strokes on a really bad white canvas.
All right, read the back.
Green, black, and brown. Almost like a child or like a dumb monkey got a hold of it, but didn't eat it somehow. Read the back of it.
Read the back of it out loud.
It says... Mirage, Las Vegas, an original. Oh shit! Oh man, this is a dolphin painting, bro.
It's a dolphin painting.
I've been fucking talking shit about a dolphin painting.
Well, you said it's very childlike, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. Yeah, the dolphins are smart as shit. I bet dolphins could probably beat me in like a brain race any day. Oh man, dude, I am so sorry. Oh,
don't apologize to me. Apologize to
poor Duchess.
Duchess, yeah.
Man. Jeez. All right. Duchess is one of the original founding animals at the Mirage Dolphin Habitat, arriving in Las Vegas in 1990.
You don't really have to read all of it. I just wanted you to catch that it was made. Okay. All right.
Not only is Duchess a mother with 3 offspring currently residing at the habitat, but she's also a grandmother. So this is it's not even like just a regular dolphin painting. This is a grandma dolphin.
She's a grandma dolphin. Look, did you see what year she was born?
When was she born? What does it say? 1975.
November 1st, 1975.
Almost the same age as my mother.
It's 6 years older than my mom.
What is 75?
Yeah, no, sorry. 6 years younger than my mom.
I don't know how old my mom is. not date-wise. I think.
Oh, crap, your mom's young.
Yeah. Yeah, she had me very young. I did not know groups of dolphins are referred to as pods.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I thought that was common knowledge, Stanley.
Oh, Tide Pods. Now that...
You know all about those.
No, that has a completely different connotation. No, yeah, I was talking shit about a dolphin grandma painting. Man. Dang. See, that's why you should just...
Here, I'll just set it down for now.
Investigate further before I start talking.
You did exactly what I wanted.
You made me look like a fool. You fell directly into my trap.
It was great.
Stanley, you fool. That's a dolphin painting.
Yeah, she was in Vegas. She sent me a video of this dolphin painting. I was like, oh my God, that is the best thing I've ever seen. Please buy me one of those. And she did. And I'm very happy to have it hanging in the studio.
Dolphin paintings for life. If you're not down with dolphins, fuck you. Or at least dolphin paintings. Apparently I'm not. And so I don't think I'm allowed to go into the Mirage.
Now that you know,
I feel like I'm forever banned after.
Now that you know it was painted by a dolphin, how do you feel about it?
I'm the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I feel like yeah, I feel like a dolphin drew that. Like really.
Or a dumb monkey.
Or a dumb monkey. It changes my opinion none. Except it changes my opinion of myself. Yes.
And that's what matters, friends.
That is what matters.
So do you want to tell everyone?
I guess we could talk about the album a little bit.
Yeah.
We kind of we derailed.
We've been everywhere tonight.
Yeah, well, that's my brain.
It's
that's my brain.
I totally expected
I'm just so weird and wacky.
Normally I start to cut us off at about an hour. We're over an hour.
Are we? Yeah, that's really easy for
it's
me to do.
11:30 at night.
Shit. I haven't had any sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going.
Well, whenever you need to go, you let me know. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone listening.
I'm gonna punch your face. You know how fucking mad that just made me? Like,
did it make you more mad than...
I have so much rage in me right now. I think I'm gonna piss my pants. Like, it's bubbling up in me right now. And that...
Let's do that outside of the studio, please.
Okay, I'm over it. Sweet. That was good. No, so, yeah, the album... I never finished saying we worked with Nathan Cluse, and we ended up midway through the album, my amplifier blew out, and I did not have the funds at the moment to fix them. So I tried swapping out. I tried taking my other amp, which is a different type of amplifier, and just trying to get it as close as I could. And it sounded great in the recordings whenever they came back, but then you could definitely hear the difference between the ones with the previous amplifier and then those. So it had to be either all of one or all of the other. And the other one was the broken amp one that sounded so much better. And so we ended up mixing half the album and recording half the album and then going back and doing it again.
Oh, damn.
The right way. And Nathan was such a champ, putting up with that bullshit. But he let us fix our goofs and be picky, and like as picky as we wanted. And it was refreshing, because I'm sure that has to be like so painful.
You should I don't know if he's still doing music at all, but I would love to hear a Jeff King mix of a Holy Smokes album. Do you remember Jeff King?
Jeff King.
He played drums for the Handshake Murders for a while. Now he works for Skywalker Sound.
Oh yeah. I remember that guy. I didn't know him though. But I know. I interviewed him on the podcast back in the beginning, when it was like right after he started with Skywalker Sound, and he couldn't really, like, he hadn't done a bunch of big name movies at that time, and he couldn't tell me about what he was working on. And now looking at his IMDb, like he did sound on Rogue One, that's crazy.
Like tons of huge movies.
Yeah,
Cars 3.
Hook us up with that Cars 3 music, man. Like get us in the loop. Put us on the Skywalker Ranch.
I don't know that he's doing soundtracks. He's doing the actual movie.
He's gonna do the
mix
sound.
and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Have him make a Holy Smokes movie.
Yeah, a movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Ooh. What would that be about? That would be interesting.
We should.
Nobody'd want to watch it.
If I get the new, so I don't know. I think I've.
Did you say if I get in the nude?
No, that does sound
That's
like
the
that
theme of tonight.
That is really close to what I said, but it's not. I think I've mentioned it before, but my audio interface is going out, and I've got to get a new one.
Right.
And what I said was, if I get the new, and then I cut myself off. But if I get
gotcha.
if I get the new interface that I want, it's portable and it's movie quality. We could make a movie, and I could do the sound for you. I could record it. And we'll send it to him and be like, hey, I know you work for money and do this stuff for a living, but you want to do this for free, right?
We need you to score this film. Yeah, no, that's lofty. Yeah, no, I spent a lot of time on the album. I liked every part of it for the most part. There wasn't anything in it that sounded shitty in my ears. And this is the first time ever in my entire a quote unquote musical career that I've ever been like just 100% happy with the mix.
Nice.
And like everything that came out. There's a line or two that I was like, ooh, I could have thought of something better there. And then there's one like spot where I'm like, I wish I would have sang that just a little bit stronger or a little bit different just right there. But you know, that's stuff that only
you can always do that live.
That only I notice.
Yeah.
Right, you know? Or somebody who's also hypercritical. Oops.
Keys. Yeah, you could do that live. I mean, fuck, NoFX changes the lyrics to their songs all the time.
Well, I do it live all the time. Yeah. But pretty minimally. Oh yeah, they're in trouble right now. They just got dropped from their beer thing. That was their cash
They made
cow.
a mistake. And I mean,
No.
if it had been
Mike made a mistake. Mike's spot.
Well, it was really
a lame ass joke.
Yeah,
like, ugh.
it was.
Bitter country.
Eric Melvin. He kind of, if he hadn't said what he said, Fat Mike wouldn't have said what he said, and none of it would have happened.
Oh, what? I didn't even know. I didn't know that there was a start.
Yeah,
prior to Fat Mike.
Melvin said something like, "He's like, oh, they shoot up country concerts here," And Fat Mike was like, yeah, good thing they're not punk fans, or yeah, it's a good thing they're not fans of punk or something like that. Don't quote me on it, but it's something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Both in very poor taste.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean,
like shit, man.
It's a horrible joke, and I mean, they've apologized, and their
Oh, did they
apology
apologize?
does seem very sincere. Like they waited several days.
They probably were
They
just
wrote it
trying to make it
themselves.
funny, and then
They
was
are
just
known
trying-
for making stupid jokes and making fun of people and that
Yeah,
kind of
but I
stuff.
mean,
And
that
they
was-
they crossed the line, and they know
most
that.
definitely. And it was such a.
yeah,
it
it's-
wasn't even a very clever joke, you know.
It was a joke that should not have been made, but I mean they made it. They've apologized.
that's
They're losing a lot of money because of it. I love No Effects, so I'll continue to support them.
Way to go.
Their autobiography,
Go America.
The Hepatitis Bathtub and Other Stories, I think is what it's called.
Mhm.
Before you leave tonight, I'm giving it to you to read.
Ooh.
It is the most insane. Oh my God. Every single guy in that band should either be dead or in prison.
Orange County's crazy.
They are nuts. Like the shit that they've done,
I think
It's-
they're from Orange County.
they should be dead or
Oh.
in prison 100%.
Yeah,
Or both.
or both.
Dead in prison. I'm glad that none of them
In
are
prison.
dead or in prison.
Yeah,
but
no.
you read that book and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like you will laugh your ass off. There's times that it's really touching
Yeah.
and you might shed a tear. And there's other
Well-
times that you're just so grossed out that you don't even know what to feel. You playing footsies with me, Stanley?
Yeah, dude.
It's a
All
small
that- all-
space.
All that. Yeah. All that naked talk.
When I get in the
Japanese,
nude.
man.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah.
I have two
we've ran a
questions
little
to
long
ask
in
you
it,
here
too.
at the end.
Shoot.
Number one, where can everyone see Holy Smokes?
Where can you see us?
Well, no, okay, 3 questions. Let's back it up.
All right.
Where can they find you on the social medias?
Okay, so you
The
can
internet,
find us
interwebs.
on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, but we don't use it, and Grinder, and actually, that's a funny thing about that. Justin used to whenever Justin was in the band, he used to use Grinder to send out like people would like try to like do the hookup thing. I don't know how it works. The swipe or whatever, they swipe right, and I don't know how it works.
It's
for
like
Grindr.
I've never used a
I've never
dating
used a
app, but
dating app either.
it's like a
But
Tinder
so-
for gay guys, right?
Right, yeah, or women as well. I believe.
I don't know. I've
I don't
never
know.
seen
I don't
it.
know. I should be a little more informed. But whenever instead of like they would engage him and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" and he would just send him a flyer to the show, and I'm like, "Dude,
That's
like,
hilarious.
come on!" And
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
he's like, "Free advertising." He's
That
like,
is
"It's
so
And
funny.
he would do it on Tinder too.
Did you ever have guys like come to the show and like go to talk to him and stuff?
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But no, he did have some girls come out from Tinder once. They came out to see the show, and he's like, "Oh, the Tinder girls are here," or some shit like that. I don't know. I might
That's
be
so
imagining
funny.
that, or maybe we just joked about it once. But he used it for like social media,
That is funny.
like sharing our shows. But anyways, so no, we're on I'll start from the top. We're on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, but we don't use it. And you can find us all at Holy Smokes AR, the letters AR. Also, can I just address something publicly?
Sure.
This is a little fact that social media has made very difficult for us to convey to people because of the rules and restrictions that come with special characters on the web and on their platforms. However, the band Holy Smokes officially and has always officially had an exclamation point in the name.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that. Most people know it and still don't give a shit. They're like, I don't want to get the exclamation point so far away. But yeah, no, it's like, we've got punctuation in our
it's
band
a
name.
fucking statement.
It's hard to defend saying we're not a pop punk band with an exclamation point and the band name. You know, it's like we're not that, but we're not though.
We're not that. We just have this thing.
There's a little bit of it in there, but it's not like, I don't know. I typically find, and I'm probably going to hear about this, but I typically find pop punk kind of corny.
I love it, man.
I just don't connect with it anymore. Maybe
It's
that's
just when
what
I
it is.
feel like being in a good mood, with
It
what I'm
doesn't even
listening
do
to.
that for-
It just makes me
There's
happy.
some good pop punk, like I like Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties, and like
Some Newfound Glory, just classic, like
I mean,
as pop punky as it gets.
that shit hurts my soul sometimes. I mean, they're not bad songs, but it's like I used to listen to that. I don't know. No, I like how. Well, but then again, like Blink 182 is super pop punky.
Yeah.
But they kind of, I don't know. It's weird. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. Because some of it I really like and can't deny that. And then some of it I really do not like.
I can feel that, yeah.
Or I just don't connect with at all. Like I don't find much substance in it for myself.
It's just fun for me.
Well, that's fine. No.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing that people always
It's
get
all
all
subjective.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Right.
It's like I was saying earlier about like what people eat. Like I don't care what you eat.
Yeah.
Like
Like-
any more than I care what you listen to. Like we share common interests. Otherwise, like we don't have to like everything.
I hate you for not liking what I like, Stan.
And I hate you for not liking what I like.
But I do like what you like. You just don't like what I like. So fuck you. I win.
I knew it. Here we are again. You win. Just the
Put
same,
your pants back on.
Just the same way. No, these are coming off, bro. Bro. I'm bringing that back.
Have you ever seen?
I've been.
This
so,
is totally random, but
Cut
have
out
you seen
all of-
Bro Rape on?
Oh yeah.
I can't-
What is it? That's
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover's old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
saying that
that's
just
some
made me think of that's really
some
funny.
pretty cheeky humor there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There's an exclamation point in Holy Smokes. I started saying bro as a joke, and now it's kind of stuck.
You accidentally can't stop.
Yeah, it sucks.
So where are you going to be playing?
You know, we just played a show at the Garrison Commons, and it's like the little food truck park with Pie Scout, which is like they make pies that are
Was that last
awesome
night?
little pastries.
Was
Yeah,
it
it was last night.
Yeah, last night. So we hugged last night, even though I was not there.
Oh, that's right. Somebody sent your love. Who
Mhm.
was that?
Steve.
It was Steve. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he texted me
sent-
asking if I could go, but we were out at dinner, and I was like, no, I can't. But give Stan a big hug for me and tell him I love him.
He did give me a big hug, and he did say that. So he followed
and
through on your
he
word.
texted me back and said he gave me a big hug and said he loves you.
Yeah, I did. And I said, I gave him a big hug back, and I said, give that back to him if you see him before I do. But I'm gonna go ahead and let him do it.
All right. This is a small room, and
because it's
you
hot.
have your pants off, and it's just
No, I'm just kidding. Give me a hug, dude.
oh
Come on, bring
we're
it
doing it on the hugs on the pod. All right.
All right.
Extended.
All right. I wanted to drag it out a little bit.
So where else? Where they can't. So
Holy smokes.
this is coming out on Wednesday of next week.
Okay. So if you're looking for shows, by the time this comes out, we are actually on a slight hiatus from shows. We're going to be working on a music video,
Woot.
and we're going to start get back out on the road again. So doing all that. We've been playing a lot of local and regional stuff,
Nice.
and we're done with that. So we've played enough. And so it's time to go. Instead of being that local band the cool thing is everybody wants to hear us, but then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, but
Everybody
shit.
else needs to hear you.
Yeah, everybody else needs to hear us too. So
Yeah.
we need to take a moment to go do that.
For
So-
sure.
but yeah, no. So we've been getting around, but we're ready to get further out.
Yeah.
Wide horizons.
Like I said, you guys deserve to be the biggest band in the world.
well, that means a lot.
Everybody needs to hear Holy Smokes.
Everybody needs to hear Holy Smokes.
Just jump on
I agree
jump
with
on
that.
iTunes, buy Framework.
Framework, Holy Smokes, with an exclamation point.
Or do you have a store online they can buy it from, or
Yeah, you can buy it on any platform, like any major platform, Google Play.
right, but directly from you?
directly from us. If you go to Holy Smokes dash, the little dash, the little
hyphen?
no dash, not a hyphen dash, an M dash, not an M dash, an N dash.
All right.
Do you know what the difference between that
No.
is? I'm sorry. This
Graphic
is
designer
completely
over here just,
fucking unnecessary information. You can buy our album directly from us at holysmokes-ar.bandcamp.com. That's holysmokes-ar.bandcamp.com, and you can buy it there. And a round of applause because I know my social media stuff. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
you can buy that directly from us there, or you can buy it from us at a show, and we'll be in your neighborhood. So if you check us out on Facebook and our events, you can see new stuff coming out. I lied to you. We do have something coming up. July 27th through the 29th. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying this right now, but I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag because who gives a shit? Nobody knows who the fuck we are. July 27th through the 29th, we are going on a little 3-day hike with a band called Golden Week, who is out of Tejas, our Texas friends, and we're doing like a little small run with them. And you should definitely check out Golden Week. It's goldenweektx.bandcamp.com, I believe is correct. Should probably double check that. But
the Google is your friend.
or you can just put in Golden Week Texas.
Now
it'll pull it up.
week.
But they're
which
amazing.
variation of week is that?
EE.
Okay.
Yes. I believe it's an anime reference, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about anime, so
I know nothing about anime.
Those dudes love anime, and I love that they love anime. They're the sweetest people in the world. They're on the same booking and management team that we're on.
Okay.
This is Michael Hightower Management out of he's out of Dallas. But super sweet guy, amazing. Which is funny. He has the same name as my grandfather, who is last year had passed away. So when I got a message from Michael Hightower,
That's crazy.
and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh shit!
Like,
My
what the
grandpa's
fuck?
Facebook thing got hacked. Like, great." And so and that's it. And I was like, "Oh, wait a second." And so we got to talking, and like,
Was that like one of the first things you said to him?
it wasn't one of the first things I said to him, but because I wanted to establish like a professional relationship with him first. But so like it did that, and like kind of get to know him a little bit, and then whenever all was said and done, I was like, "Hey, I just kind of wanted to let you know this is kind of a weird thing," and and he's like, "Oh, that's crazy," I was like, "Yeah, it was kind of cool." So, but yeah, no, my family was very confused about that. Whenever we announced it, they're like, "Did you start?" And I was like, "No, it's just happenstance."
That's nuts.
Yeah, my grandpa was a pretty cool guy. So whenever that popped up, they're like, "What's this?" They thought I had something to do with it. It's funny. But okay. Yeah, no, you can go to Facebook, catch us live. You can just, I don't know, keep your ear to the ground. We're around.
I'm hoping to get out to something that you have around here soon, or maybe not soon, but in the future. I've got to get out more. I had so much fun the other night. I hurt for 3 days, but I had so much fun.
Yeah, that was a good show.
And
That was fun.
I couldn't talk for 2 days because I screamed so much during Norma Jean.
I screamed a lot during
I went
Norma Jean.
nuts. I acted like I was 10 years younger than I am. And the next day I felt it. I felt like I was 10 years older than I am the next day.
Yeah. No, I had a good time. I like went into like full on trance mode and just like shook my demons out.
Oh man, I
didn't know where I was. I was like, and just like that dancing, like like pure expression channel thing where like you don't even. I probably
it's
like
like
I was
it's
on
been a
drugs
long
or
time
something.
since
I probably looked completely insane.
I was the same. I just let myself go and have fun and get into the music for the first time in
that's what it's
years,
for.
and it was a blast.
Yeah, I try to do that every time I experience music. Sometimes I don't get the option to do that because it's just not quite there.
Yeah.
But,
Do you have any dad advice for us to bring us out on?
I would say the best thing that you can do, the best sort of advice, is to tell your children how bad something is for them, like candy or ice cream or some sort of like enjoyable thing, and then just devour it in front of them. and then tell them that they get to do that whenever they're an adult.